Hello everyone, my name is Legend and this game is Rise of Kingdoms, unlocking T5 on my free-to-play account. How long did it took me? How hard was it? And how far did I manage to get with my alt account so far into the game? He's around 56 million power with one T5 unlocked. So let's get into it. Let's see how much I have managed to gather on my free-to-play account in 1 year. So first thing first, what you want to know is that my free-to-play account is also almost VIP 15. A very nice dream that it is about to come true. It's 32,000 points away from VIP 15 to actually get all those sweet and juicy bonuses. So definitely I'm looking forward to unlock VIP 15 as fast as possible. So before I go any further and talk more and show more about my alt account, I do have to say that it has been with me in the main alliances at all time. So obviously he benefited a lot from the gold chest. So this is somehow the benefits if you actually manage to get into a whale alliance, or even if you're in a new kingdom, if you manage to get in a whale alliance, how important it is to actually try to maintain your position. This is VIP. I haven't spent gems in it, I believe from 13 to 14, because that was really important. I spent like 50,000 on a more than gem event. That's, I think, is the only time that I actually spent gems on the VIP. Everything else came from gold chests, so that's quite a lot of VIP points. My kill counts doesn't really reflect because I'm barely starting to using him. The whole idea of this account was to be a trap account. Now, what is a trap account? I've done a full video about that, so I'm gonna post a card on the top if you wanna go ahead and check that. But now because it's light and darkness, you cannot random teleport, so I personally cannot use it for that anymore. Plus I've done a couple of mistakes throughout the time I was keep leveling him up. So anyway, his technology power, building power, max buildings, 1.6 million dead troops, because in the KVK 3 he was solo reinforcing the flags with using my main account as Garrison to benefit from the technology, good commanders and so on. So I was just using his troops. So obviously he lost a lot of troops. Resource gathered, resource assistance, I'm also using him as a farm account in the same time, and he has a lot of resources, so I can definitely feed my main if it actually runs out of resources. Now pretty much what everyone else is gonna be interested about is the technology, so don't judge me about how the city looks like. It's an alt account, so I'm not really gonna spend my time to design his city. Also very important, throughout your time, throughout all this time, 365 days or 369 days, you're noticing over here, consecutive logging days 369. So a little bit over a year. I did unlock T5 about a couple of days ago. So it pretty much took me a year to actually unlock T5. Could have done it faster. Yes, I could have, because right at the beginning I wasn't paying attention so much with the speed ups, and I was researching without buffs, without titles. I was just researching. So it was a little bit chaotic. But anyway, less than a year to actually unlock T5s on a free-to-play account. Also very important you're noticing is the city design, skill damage and action points recovery. That's a very nice design, Saints Hollow. I always saved up resources. Even on my main account, I always have speed up saved up, like a lot of speed up saved up for this type of events, for this type of power events. If it's a very good design that I actually need either for my main, and I needed this one for my alt, I had the speed ups and I actually used them. So I managed to get rank 9, but I do have to say that on the last research, I think I used gems. I literally had to use gems, and it was a siege research because on the last minute everyone was powering up. But in the end I got it, so that's what it matters, right? 5% skill damage. Legendary design, that's a very nice move. This is his commanders, and in order to show you that it is a free-to-play account, I have to go all the way down and actually show you that Barca hasn't been summoned yet. So obviously means that no chests have been bought, and then it's Minamoto, I believe, next one, which has skill to 1 and also has no sculptures to upgrade. So no privileged chests have been bought, not even the 99 cents. Not even that one I haven't bought on him. There were a couple of things that were actually worth it, and personally I still believe that that is a free-to-play account. So when you go to the super value bundles, I think I bought the £5 King's Coronation. Yeah, so I don't think King's Coronation starts at £10, so I did bought the £5 King's Coronation. I done a recharge rewards or 2 recharge rewards on him, and I think that's why I got to the King's Coronation to actually buy it. It's the growth funds. So that's something that I bought, is the growth funds, which is like $15 or £15 or something like that. And then you have to do like 3 purchases, and that's how I think I got the 5 King's Coronation, because you had to spend something. It was like the first purchase bonuses, which I don't have them anymore because I've done them. And that's how you actually get 10 Minamoto sculptures to actually summon him. But those were really good amount of speed ups. They actually worth it to do some random purchases here and there. And to put it out there, the gem store. So the first purchase, I haven't bought any gems. But another thing I bought, because I was mentioning about the recharge rewards, is from the supply depot. So this is something that I also bought on this account, including the resource ones, because I was using him as a farm, and since I was doing the recharge rewards to actually get some sculptures for him and so on, I actually bought the resource one. So this is pretty much the only thing that I have spent on this account, and I personally consider it a free-to-play account. Just getting some 30-day gem supply, speed ups, or some resources. For me, that's still a free-to-play account. If you spend around 200 in Rise of Kingdoms, that's still a free-to-play account. That's just my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. To be a low spender, you probably have to spend about 500 plus, something like that. Get Minamoto, probably get Barca as well. Well, depends on how fast you get to VIP 14, because if you get too late to VIP 14, Barca is useless. It doesn't work using him or buying him anymore. Minamoto still does. Up till today, I'm still using Minamoto on my main account. But again, 500, that's 500 or and higher than 500, that's when you're a low spender, from my opinion. So I just wanted to show you that, you know, it is a free-to-play account and I'm not actually spending on this account. Now, what is more important and what everyone else wants to see is obviously the research. You're already noticing that I have a reserve going on for the Conquistadors. My plan for this account, like I mentioned, was to be a trap account. So my main garrison is Sun Tzu with YSG. As you're noticing, I have a max skill YSG. But now that I'm also using him for field battles, that's why his skills are starting to pump up. So if I go into the Crusader achievement, individual achievements, he actually managed to get 1.5 million kills. I mean, he's most likely getting smashed all the time. He's just tanking for others. He's just donating kills. But he managed to get 1.5 million kills. So, you know, I have to give credits to my alt account. He done something. He's not completely useless. I decided to actually use him as a test account in the same time, because I managed to gather a lot of sculptures, and my next plan is to actually unlock and max skill Artemisia. I have the resources to get her to 60 and everything else. Obviously, we're gonna go through that as well. I want to showcase my entire alt account so you guys can actually have an idea if you manage to be in a pay-to-win alliance or whale alliance or spender alliance or how you want to call it, what you can actually achieve in a year or maybe even less than a year. Depends how active you are. So unlocking Artemisia is going to be my next plan, because I'm also going to put her on the wall and going to replace Sun Tzu, and I'm going to have Artemisia and YSG. And in the same time, since I'm going to test her, I will know if it's going to be a worth investment on my main account. My plan was to go with Saladin or probably get even Attila. To tell the truth, it wouldn't hurt having rather Attila Takeda on the battlefield, because if I go to the sculptures, I'm not sure if you see it, but I have 950 sculptures, so I can pretty much max any kind of commanders that I want or I have available on this account. So I was just hoarding and hoarding sculptures because I didn't want to do, like, you know, bad investments. But right now, this is a decision that I'm personally not sure. I'm 50-50 even for my main account. So I want to do this on my alt. It's much better. Free healing. Who doesn't like to do free healing? So I'm almost emptying my hospital on my alt account. So let's go into the items, because that's probably the next thing we can actually showcase. This is one advice now that I'm going into the resources. You probably noticed that on my main account as well. There's no reason to use your gem cards to actually just display them and actually just show like you have a lot of gems, because you can actually buy stuff. Now, if you do have the notification every time you're buying stuff that actually pops in and asks you, are you sure that you actually want to buy this, then you're safe. But I don't have it because I hate it, so I rather not have on my alt account display, because I did bought bad things by accident. Like stars with 2,800 gems and what else I don't want to think about. But I've done mistakes. No, mistakes were made, so it is what it is. Now this is the amount of gems that you have right now. So I can probably get to VIP 15 if I want to throw in all the gems. I haven't done the math, but I think it might be enough. The gems have other value as well, like will event, because I want to summon Ramses. So there's a lot of values. This is the resources, the resource display, and the cards that it actually have. So it's quite a significant amount of cards. I think I've done the math, and it's around 1 billion food or something like that, or more, maybe a little bit over 1 billion food. Pretty much same with the wood. Stone, it might be a little bit more, because these cards, the pick resource cards, you guys know which one I'm talking about, that it lets you choose the resource that you want. I'm pretty much going on the stone because you're noticing the difference from the wood and the food. I used to keep picking on food, but I'm just consuming more stone than food, and I just decided to pick cards on stone on this one. And then is the gold, which might seems to be a lot, but it's not. It's like 300 million gold maybe. So I definitely farmed a lot more than I have in cards. And again, a pretty nice amount of resources as well. Going into the speed ups. Now this is the reason why I also don't have a lot of troops, because I'm saving my training speed ups for quite a while now, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've been spending some 1 minute and 5 minutes, but the higher ones, the 60 minutes and the higher ones, I've been saving them for a while for that one MG event. And I think I've done the math with the universal speed ups that I have, and I can probably train about 500,000 T5, so that will bring me like 50 million points in the Mightiest Governor. So I'm definitely gonna have enough to at least summon Artemisia with 50 million points. I think I'll definitely get 10 sculptures, so I can actually max her out and, you know, do my plans. Right now, what I'm using his universal speed ups is pretty much healing, because I'm using him in the ruins. I can also tell you the pairs that I'm doing with my alt is Pelagius with YSG as a second in command, and I'm using Babers with Ethelfled to actually help debuffing, because Baber's slow, Ethelfled, you know, does debuff. So when it's, you know, when it's swarming, it actually helps taking down the marchers faster, or at least slowing them so they don't get away. Pelagius and YSG is just for a little bit of damage. So those are my two marchers that I use at the ruins. With the speed ups that I have now, I can pretty much finish all my research that I want. But I want to keep for training, you know, after the Light and Darkness is over. I want to just train as much as possible with this account. The reason I don't have research speedups is because whenever I get it, I just, you know, throw it in the research so I can finish my last research for infantry. Going into the boost, this is everything that I pretty much get from events, or no, Lost Kingdom, Light and Darkness. And I do have to mention that I have played in 1 year maybe 3 or 4 arcs altogether, so there's a lot of boosts that I actually missed just because of that. It's just too many arcs to do, and now it's practice as well, so I just don't have time to play arc with my alt. I've done it 3 or 4 times because it's really entertaining, but it's just too much. So there's a lot of boosts missing from this account, and obviously a lot of sculptures and gems in the same time, but it is what it is. Plenty of advanced army expansions. That's because I always bought the army expansion from the Osiris League shop. Going into the equipment, I have a golden age with a special time for archers. That's 10.5 defense for archers. That's much more defense than some epic commander's skill would actually give for archers, and you get that just from one item. So that's pretty impressive. A lot of equipment. I have a gazillion of materials, and I can pretty much craft something, but I just need the time. So I need to spend a lot of time on my main account right now with the ruins and all that, so I don't have time, but I do have a lot of materials, so I could pretty much craft something if I want. Going into the other, I'm doing max points on hell difficulty in Shadow Legion with 56 million power count with Sounds and YSG, so I think that's pretty impressive. Again, plenty of action points, like 200 and something thousand action points. I don't know, that's a lot of them. I plan to spend them, to be honest. Plenty of experience, plenty of sculptures, stars to get any commanders desire a 6-star. So this is a free-to-play account of mine, my second account, my alt account, and this is how far I managed to get with him in 369 days, everything that I showcased so far. More free-to-play healing. Oh, we got the buff. How did I manage to heal that much? Now let's go into the research, because that's where actually the T5s are, right? Oh no, I pressed the speed up. I don't want to speed this one up. Obviously the economy technology is all maxed out, and now going into the military technology, everything is maxed, max. And if you're noticing over here, we have the cabs and we have the archers maxed out, and the siege is almost maxed out as well. That is because I was pushing on that power event when I was mentioning about my city design. So I was literally forced, you know, to actually gain more power, because I had no other ways to gain more power. So I was literally forced to push the siege as well. Like I was mentioning when I was showing the speed ups, I can pretty much max technology my account with the speed ups that I have right now if I want to, because all these 3 are done. Once the scutum is done, I can unlock the Royal Guard. I can already unlock the Royal Crossbowmen to start training some as well. Once the Royal Guards are unlocked, it's just the trebuchets, and that's pretty much about it. And this too. So with that speed up, I could get all the research done, but I just don't need to. I just want to, you know, finish the infantry, because that's more stats for my infantry, and that will help a lot. And after that, slowly just unlock the T5s and the rest. So 369 days and I have T5s, but now the question is it actually worth a T5 for free-to-play players, low spenders? Personally, I would definitely train. They are very good on Osiris League, the T5 troops, but will they help you? They cost a lot of resources. I mean, you're probably noticing that I do have a lot of resources. I have a lot of resources on my main account, but it's draining resources like crazy. The T5s, to keep healing them, it's insanely large amount of speed ups. This is one mistake that a lot of free to play do, is once they reach to the T5, they upgrade all their T4 to T5. That's horribly wrong. You need the T4s. T4s cost so less resources to heal. You can keep almost spamming with a relatively low amount of resources. You can keep playing with T4. So don't upgrade your T4 to T5 just to win events. That's horribly wrong. You need those T4 that you worked on. Just train new. Because that's exactly what I'm doing all the time. Even on my main account, I have a gazillion of T4, but I always train T5s. I don't upgrade. So this is showcasing my alt account and how far I managed to get with it. Maybe one more thing I could show is the equipment that I'm actually using. This is on YSG, this is on Ethelfled, this is on Sansu. There's nothing crazy, just one epic. This is on Herman, and I have Pelagius because I was mentioning about him, and I have Babers. So that's all the equipment that I have. This is Saint's Song. It's might look similar with the Winesap Bracers, but it's 2 different ones. Yeah, so that's my equipment as well on my account. So, and like I was mentioning, I managed to get Shadow Legion, but I think I can actually show it because we have it. So this is my individual points, 45 million with a 56 million power account. We've done the hell difficulty because I got the max rewards, the level 15 max rewards. You know, that's a lot of rewards, 10,000 action points, 16 hours of speed ups. There's like 15 million resources, or you know, if you choose stone and gold is less, equipment, materials, and what else. That's pretty nice rewards. I'm also doing Karak on hell difficulty. It works, it can actually do it. Download now, get rewards. Holy moly, how did this just pop in just like that? Well, I suppose just download now and let's just get these rewards. So that's pretty much about my alt account. I think I pretty much showcase everything that it is in my alt account and everything that it has. You can do it. If I've done it, you can definitely do it as well. Even if you're not in a whale account, in a whale alliance, pay to win alliance, you can still do it, but it requires activity. My action bar never goes full. I always spend my action point killing barbarians. It's just, this is a game that requires time. At the beginning, it's very hard for everyone because you don't have the power, you don't have the technology, you don't have the commanders. This is what takes time actually start upgrading your commanders, getting your research higher, getting your buildings higher. This is one process that actually takes time, but once you get to a certain amount of power, you start doing higher and higher level events, and you will start feeling and experiencing the game better and better, and you will gain way more resources, way more sculptures, and all the stuff that you actually need to upgrade your commanders, upgrade your account, and so on. This is my free-to-play alt account. I hope you guys actually enjoy this, me showcasing my alt account. Pretty much I'm playing the same time on both. Nothing more else I can say about it. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. This is your boy Legeroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you guys on the next one.